So welcome back to part 2 of our essential color information from the Director of Education at Design Master, Gretchen Sell. Thanks for being with us again.
I'm glad to be back.
All right, we've got more information for you today, all about color. So these inspiration boards really truly do get me inspired when I'm looking at them. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands some more information about inspiration boards. So what does this mean? How did we come up with this idea? What does it mean for people?
Well, as we're focused on this one, we are looking at bridal inspirations, but you can create an inspiration board for any creative project, whether it's doing a new display for the in-store.
Great idea.
You know, you might even want to redo the whole store, that you can do an inspiration board just like you would do for your home. Any special event kind of affair as well that has a special theme. It's works for so many different creative avenues. And what you kind of do, whether color is the first thing inspires you or a feel, you find photographs that kind of speak to you and start putting
so it's like
combinations
tearing out things
together.
that you want for your scrapbook. Oh, I like this, I like this.
Exactly.
This is a great color.
And this particular one, I started with the colors of navy and the pink hue and adding some of our Design Master hues, the raspberry and the fuchsia, to give it some more pop. The colors definitely have, they're analogous colors. They're next to one another on the color wheel, and they share a common color, which are the reds and the blues. But one of the things with this palette, the intensity, the chroma of the colors is a little bit more dynamic.
Okay.
And with that, it's going to have a little bit more energy as well. And looking for images for the inspiration board, like I mentioned, I started with the color, but one of the directions I ended up going is mimicking the anthropology stores. They're
very popular right now.
Fun and eclectic, and I found this one image, and it happened to be suitable with my color range, so that was one of the image I picked up, and I started seeing other things. I loved this gown that has a little bit of a blue underneath the wonderful lace and a cute little dress, and then florals that I actually found that pulled the colors together as well.
And you've added ribbon pieces, you could add fabric pieces,
Yes.
There's other things, even flower content too. If you had, you could have flowers that would go with this too. So
It's kind of neat to have different textures to kind of visualize and feel as well. To,
exactly. Well, and my
kinda
sister
see.
is an interior designer, and so she would create these. I remember even at college projects she would have, and they would do those with the carpet and the paint sample and the little drawing and the sketch, and I think that's kind of where this generated from, and now we have access to beautiful photographs like these from magazines, and it starts to pull all of that concept together.
Exactly.
And so the arrangement is gorgeous.
So we kind of pulled that direction. Staying with the anthropology theme, I went with a classic urn that it just has a tradition about it, but spicing it up a little bit by spraying it with our mineral blue color tool.
Brand new
and
color
putting
for you. New color last
newer
year.
color for us.
New color last year.
And it's, you know, just it's the unexpected, and that's what that feeling of anthropologies is all about. And also, in playing with the flowers, we don't have navy flowers. And lots of times when people are working with, pulling with brides, they want to match everything. Well, it's really difficult to match a navy flower. Pull in the other colors that help complement it, and the navy is such a nice backdrop for all the other colors. So this bouquet, you won't see any navy, but the setting will bring the navy in. There might be navy napkins or some other accent that has the navy in it that kind of helps pull your palette together.
Well, and navy flowers would disappear on that navy dress.
Exactly.
But now we've got something that's complementary. And I think that it's one of the things that people don't understand. They come in and say, this is my bridesmaid's dress, I want to match that. Well, matching is not always the best thing, because matching disappears.
Exactly.
And so you want to have that great vibrance.
Exactly.
And okay, we had hoped for hydrangeas, but we had viburnum. And so you were creative with that.
And using our Just for Flowers.
Now, it's
Delphinium
interesting to
blue.
me, and delphinium blue. That was what I was going to talk about, because usually when I'm trying to achieve that hydrangea color, I use the delphinium blue, I don't use the hydrangea.
I think it's a little deeper that, that's kind of, it's quicker to see, quite honestly. When you're spraying a white flower, it's quicker to see the color of the delphinium blue come on versus the hydrangea blue, which is paler. But also, it's gives you the hue that I think is probably a little bit more popular right now too. it seems like in hydrangeas, the brides like the deeper hues rather than the
Right.
very soft blue.
Well, and when you taught me how to use the peacock and the wild cherry with my delphinium blue on a hydrangea to get that electric jewel tone that we sometimes achieve with those hydrangeas. And
Kind
it
of
is
that
amazing.
burnished summer look. that
Yeah,
after
you can just layer those on and that color gets so impactful. So yeah, I mean, it just is, that's the great part about Just for Flowers is that you see those other color intensities through them and you're building those on top of one another.
there's a lot of blending that works with that.
Awesome. Okay, so this was our analogous color scheme
Yes, our cool analogous color scheme.
because it includes blue and the cool side of the color palette, so that keeps it a little cooler. So and more even. So
Now we go to our warm analogous scheme, and that's being the pinks with copper hues.
incredible. Okay, so I can't help but look at this. This arrangement looks like the arrangements that you used to hand me when we would work on John Henry projects and say, I want something to look like this.
I guess it's a favorite. It keeps reappearing.
I know. You know, I still, to this day, I still can't make a soft blue, soft yellow, soft pink arrangement without thinking about you, because that was kind of your favorite color palette. And at the same time, when I think about that, one of the prettiest pictures I ever took for John Henry was in that color palette. So you've always been a color expert.
You're kind of dating us a little bit when you bring those stories up.
We've known each other for a long time.
But
Okay.
it is one of my favorites. I guess I do gravitate towards the warm colors, so it's probably why you see it frequently. But with the pinks and coppers, there's such a beautiful array of analogous colors to pull together. And in this color scheme, the analogous colors are on the warm side, in which you're going from the pinks into
This is the new color wheel from Florist Review, right?
yes,
Okay.
from the pinks into the oranges into the yellows, and those are all your warm hues. And this is a great color wheel in that it does give you the good visual of seeing all the tints involved in the spread. And then on the other side, they do the tones and shades.
So these are colors with the white mix, and these are colors with the black mix.
Correct.
So a shade is the black mix, tint is with the white colorations.
Exactly. So in the inspiration that we've got on this page, this arrangement basically has all of that involved in it. I've selected some of our colors, of course, our perfect pink, our copper, our mandarin, and our metallic gold. That is kind of fun to see both two metallics intermixed together in one design or accents, because that's somewhat of a trend that you're seeing.
Oh yeah.
Of different metals being mixed, and copper and gold are kind of popular.
It's unexpected, but when you place them out there, it's just like it's an aha moment. Oh, that's perfect. That's going to go
Exactly.
together.
And if you think about it, they are analogous, but just in metallic finishes.
Exactly.
that's
So
how-
just thinking across the columns from your essential color pages.
Exactly. So what we did, getting the inspiration from here and jumping to our bouquet and pulling all those hues out, bringing a lot of soft colors in with it, but then popping it with a little bit more vibrancy of a few of the hues. It's in a basket that we used, just a natural basket that was sprayed with our copper
Okay.
color tool metallic. And I actually took our cranberry color tool, which is a very, very translucent spray, and toned it a little bit more with the red. I just kind of felt that was pulling the palette a little bit more together. So
Okay.
again, a little bit of blending that you can do with our products to get the color that you really want.
Same thing we did with the leaf before,
Yeah.
really, kind of, yeah. So
Exactly.
we burnished that too. Okay.
Exactly. And then on the foliage, the salal leaves, I enhanced it with our brilliant gold, which is our flower-friendly metallic spray that we have.
Perfect.
There we have a variety of metallics, but our color tool metallics are definitely safe on fresh flowers and styrofoam and delicate materials. The other metallics are premium metallics that give you a heavier coating that aren't
Okay.
safe on the fresh flowers. So there is a distinction, and when you need to
Okay.
use it on fresh, you need to look for that product. But there's some great colorations that are just, there's a warmth but a little bit of excitement with it too, by bringing in the brighter chromas of some of the flowers, but the softness of the others. Just a really nice
Have those
mix of
Gerbers
colors.
been enhanced?
No, those have not.
Okay.
Actually, the flowers have not been enhanced in this one.
Okay.
There is some of the dyed Solidago that's beautiful.
But those are the natural colors. So you just accented with these metallics. So you pulled natural colors and then accented them with the metallics.
Yeah.
The same way that you did
Exactly.
there. Perfect.
To take off from this palette, another thing that can be brought in to add even a little bit more excitement is really starting with the same colors, but bringing in a complement to one of those, and that would be the blue-green or the teal or turquoise colors that we're seeing.
Turquoise so popular this year, yep.
And that is, we're using the Analogous, and then one of the complements of one of those Analogous colors. And as you see on our inspiration board, it just adds a little bit more vitality to it. It makes it a little bit more vibrant and funky's not the right word, but just gives it a little bit more spice.
Sure.
So it's those interactions that help you speak and create a story that...
well, and you added that to the vase, too.
Yes, this is just a real simple syndicate vase, the orange clear plastic, and adding a little veil of gold by applying it in the water resist treatment. Again, it's a treatment that you can see available on dmcolor.com.
You have so many great techniques there. The fact that I was looking at them the other day. You've got videos on there, you've got those techniques on there, so they need to visit that website too. We have a link here on uBloom to it on your sponsor page as well. Yeah. But we want them to go see those too, because that's a way to learn about this. And this water resist technique is there.
It's one of the simplest, and it creates a little veiling of color that in a very organic kind of pattern. And applying the gold to the orange gives you somewhat of a copper hue and takes a very inexpensive vase, gives it a whole new upscale kind of a look to it. And it's a little thing that you can upsell and charge a little bit more for too, even though it's just a little plastic piece.
It's a great way. Niche marketing is so important. When we're talking about prom flowers, when we've talked about anything here, you want your next arrangement or your next bouquet to be different than anyone else's. And this product allows you to do that. Even with that simple technique on a vase, you've created a one-of-a-kind vase for your customer.
And just a little accent of aqua. I think a lot of things are in the details, little accents in the details that just add so much more. And just doing a little ribbon treatment and old macrame trick of just your alternating knots.
Talk about dating yourself. That's good though,
but it's
I love
it. You know, you don't see it, you see bows. So it's kind of fun to play with it that way. And then doing colors of these in that kind of a vase would just be a spectacular little accent.
And you have a bouquet here.
And this is just a simple bouquet that could possibly be a bride's bouquet that pulls in with the colors that we're using, but on a softer avenue of the palette. Again, pulling a little bit of gold burnishment on the rose leaves to add that metallic accent with it.
Wonderful.
And it's something that can go with that as well.
Perfect. Gretchen, this has been so fascinating. I mean, number one, I love having you around because, as I said, you've been a mentor, you've been a friend to me, and taught me so much about design. And then for you to be an essential color expert and have a resource like this, bring these inspiration boards in, and as I told you when you were working on it, your arrangements just keep getting prettier. I love the fact that you still pump out beautiful, beautiful stuff. So that's very cool.
Thank you.
You have some more information that our viewers can hear about as well, and can get from you, right?
Yes. If you care to have any more information from Design Masters, some products that we have, as we mentioned earlier, we do have our color palette, but we also have this really fabulous brochure on color. It goes through the basic knowledge about color, but in a very fun manner, and also talks about the different color harmonies and interactions. It's a very complete little study on flowers, and on color related to the floral industry. It's just a fun brochure. I wish I could take credit for writing it, but I can't. But I can truly say it's a fun piece to learn about color in a real quick setting. And then also, if you want any reminders and tips on how you can use Design Master on your wedding products, we do have a wedding flyer. And all of this is available if you just want to drop us an email at info@dmcolor.com. We'd be glad to send it out to you. Just give us your address at that email address, and we'll send them out to you.
So, Just send an email to info@dmcolor.com and include your address and say you're looking for this great information that they saw on JTV. And you'll send it out to them. So you have this great information. It's a great tool for you to be better at color. Gretchen, this has been so much fun. I love having you here. It was wonderful. It's like old times.
I've enjoyed it as well. Thanks for having me.
A lot of fun. So until next week, you keep being an expert with color and keep having fun with flowers.